Hello and welcome to another Wilderness Tamed video. And in this one we're looking at the essential tools that you should have in order to carry out the majority of the gardening jobs that you're going to want to do in an average garden. So this is really, it's almost lesson 5 in our very long-winded course that's taking me a long time to get around to filming and editing. So yeah, essential garden tools. So here I am, ready to demonstrate a whole load of tools. Now, one of the most useful small hand tools is a trowel. Great for digging out weeds, planting stuff, bedding plants and perennials, any small plants really. Very useful. Next, I always carry around, somewhere close and comfortable, something for snipping. Secateurs. There's always a little bit of pruning to do when you wander around the garden, tidying things up. And they'll cut something up to sort of little finger thickness. You don't want to overstress them. So if you get something thicker, sort of kind of up to thumb thickness, and a little bit thicker, what could you use? You need something a bit more heavy duty than secateurs, loppers. Yeah, great. You can get them with telescopic handles if you so need them, but a good pair of loppers with a sharp blade, brilliant. Think about this one, digging. A spade. Now, this is a long-handled spade, which is very important that you get a spade or a garden fork that is suitable for your height. There's nothing worse than getting something that's too small, like this old piece of kit, which used to belong to my dad. Because when I'm using that, it's very painful on the back, so that's no good. So choose a garden fork or spade suitable for you. Now, what about just shifting soil around? Yeah, the good old rake, garden rake. Long handle, again, to reduce stooping. Metal tines, you can get wooden ones as well, but they're mainly a grass rake, hay rake. And this is great for preparing a bed for turfing or sowing seeds or planting vegetables. So a very, very useful tool. And this one actually is very good at grubbing out weeds as well. What about moving lighter stuff? A classic, the Springbok grass rake, leaf rake, getting moss out of your lawn, a multitude of uses. Very, very useful. But what can you use to gather up all the stuff you've just raked up? Tell you what I use. It's a snow shovel. Yeah, it's brilliant. Again, it's long handled, same length handle as the rake, and it's ideal for getting leaves, grass, hedge clippings off paths and lawns. It is a very, very useful tool. What about weeding in beds and borders or gravel paths and driveways? Because they're great places for weeds to occur. Yeah, a good old hoe. Again, keep that sharp because it's going to be used for cutting through stems and roots of all the plants that you don't want. But I'll talk more about hoes in another video on pest and disease control. Again, make sure it's got a long handle so that you're not bending over whilst you're working. The obvious choice for paths, patios, decking, driveways, sweeping up leaves, and again, to clear them off and put them into bags and compost heaps, use your snow shovel that we saw earlier. That's pretty much it for hand tools. A good old garden hose. As you can see, this one's in a cartridge with a windy handle to keep it nice and tidy and out of your way when it's not in use. You can also get them on reels that you can trundle around And the one thing I will say that you need to add on to your hose is a sprinkler. And I prefer this kind of sprinkler, the sort of rocking horse. The water comes out in a kind of fan shape, and it just rocks back and forwards and covers as big an area as you want. Now the thing with the sprinkler is it means you can set it away and water your newly laid turf or newly planted bed border with your little plants in, your shrubs, new trees, a newly seeded wildflower meadow or lawn area. Set it away and walk away and do something else. So with, not investing too much money, you can kit yourself out with these hand tools and you're pretty much set to cover any job that the average garden requires you to do. So I hope you've enjoyed it and found it useful. Please subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications, and happy gardening. And until the next time, thank you for watching.